Hello, you beautiful little buttercup.
Hi, you are Jen Ponton.
And you're Lillian Bustle.
All day.
All day giving all the fucks, fuck buddies. Welcome back.
I'm full of fucks.
I'm replete with fucks.
Replete. I'm lousy with fucks. I got fucks from my getaway sticks all the way up to my peepers.
Oh my lord, getaway sticks! Shut the fuck up.
Oh my Lanta.
Well, that's better. It's better. A better era than right now. 2025 is trash. Happily would go back to peepers and getaway sticks.
Yeah. I don't know that that's really the great era, but for
everything
for women
is
and queers, for queer rights, and for people of color.
Oh my God, who was just asking me? A family friend was just asking me the other day if I had seen the Children's Hour, and I'm like, you're recommending all this gay shit to me now that I'm out. Yay!
Fun.
Yeah.
I actually don't think I know Children's Hour.
Oh, it's a Lillian Hellman play, and it's about lesbians. Of course,
Is it a musical?
But wait till you hear the 11 o'clock number.
I definitely get it mixed up with the lottery, so that would not have a good 11 o'clock number.
Oh shit, the lottery on stage. Oh, yikes. Well.
But it's about lesbians, that's all?
It's about lesbians. I can't say anymore. I think it's a closeted couple, and like one of them is a teacher, one of them I haven't looked at it in a very, very long time is the pith of that.
Ah, got it.
So all I can say is lesbians.
Very beautiful. I mean, look how many people went to go see Suffs. I would watch something that was just lesbians.
Definitely. Yes.
Is this a good time to tell my gay story from this weekend?
Please. Oh my God. I'm aching out of my eyeballs for it.
So I was in a place outside of Pittsburgh called Newcastle, Pennsylvania. And then I was in Pittsburgh, which was a way more delightful experience. Newcastle, Pennsylvania. Sorry, it's the land that time forgot. Like they
know it.
What Grafton, Virginia was like when I moved there in like 1981. There were strip malls. There was some stuff there. Like you could get by. But it was mostly churches and like family-run restaurants with drop ceilings.
Oh,
and bad ventilation. Like
yes.
We went back to a place that we went. I was like, I don't need to know the cuisine of this town. But we were like, this Kelly's was fine. We'll go there again. And I walked in and it just smelled so much like fried fish that I knew that I was going to smell like it when I walked out. And it was in the middle of us decorating for my nephew's wedding in a place that was unair conditioned. So I was like, I cannot in good conscience come back to this very warm space where we're all sweating, smelling like a Long John Silver's. I simply can't.
Oh no.
Anyway, so we were there for a few days. So by the time we got to Pittsburgh, which is a very foodie place, we went down to this area called the Strip District, and we went, I very rarely want a lobster roll. I complain about all the time that it is not my favorite, nor is it an ideal lobster delivery method, because it's like so much bread and all you like. The lobster itself is yummy. Just put that in a puddle of butter and maybe give me a little roll on the side. I don't need a whole ass. And the potato bun's always the size of like 2 hot dog buns. Like it's so, anyway. But in this case, I was like, I bet that one's good. And I went on internet, and internet said, if you're going to have a lobster roll, do it here. So
Ooh.
Don got a fried fish sandwich that was the size of your head. It was insane.
Honking.
Yeah, honked indeed. And I, we were just having a very normal time, sort of like taking the lay of the land. There were all kinds of people in this restaurant, even though apparently Pittsburgh is like 80 something percent white.
That tracks with my guess. Mm-hmm.
As we were walking around, I was like, I get, this sounds performative. I don't care. I get uncomfortable in places that are overwhelmingly white because I feel like someone's up to no good. So
which,
there's
given
a reason
living
why
in Jersey City, is very fair.
Yeah. Yeah. And we are super, super diverse. We looked it up. It's like 28% white here, and then everything is different other folks. But I was noting that the restaurant itself was very diverse, which I really liked. I was like, all right, cool. Everybody feels comfortable here. So comfortable.
Deeply comfortable.
And I didn't realize that this person worked at the restaurant. But I was wearing a very cute dress. A number of people had already complimented me on the dress. And frankly, I did not look my best. Like, the dress was pulling the heavy weight. And this beautiful masculine Black woman just sort of like, I can feel her walk by me, and then she walks back and stops, and I wasn't sure what was about to happen next. And I didn't even, the text I sent you deleted a word. She leans over and she goes, oh, you are so fucking beautiful. And the text I sent you deleted fucking. And I had like food in my mouth.
Girl, a little chipmunk just full of lobster.
Oh yeah. And I went, oh. But I did do like a, like I know my mouth is full, but thanks. Like, not so bad yourself. But she like whispered it.
So hot. And importantly, you're there with Dawn.
Directly across from me.
You're there with Dawn. And you're a femme who has a lot of indicators, but like, still, if someone not queer just glanced by you and Dawn, they'd be like, oh, look, two straight people.
Yeah, I feel like shaved sides and nose ring is usually my like.
Yep,
I mean, it's not a septum piercing though. So
this is true. Yep.
So, and Dawn was like, "Oh, what was that?" I was like, "She was complimenting your dress," and I was like, "Yes,
yes, definitely." Yep.
But then he left his card there, so we had to go back. And that was when I realized she worked there, because she was still there. And she did the same thing where she walked by and then she like did a double take, and she came back and she goes, for our listeners only, she looks back over her shoulder, looks me up and down, like with her fingers, like also like pointing two fingers like up and down, and then was just like, And I just went, hello.
Oh, my stars and garters.
Yeah, all the stars and garters. And Don didn't notice at all. It's not. He wouldn't have minded. For people listening who are like, that's really disrespectful, he wouldn't have cared at all. But it was very funny that he didn't notice at all.
Yes, it's like a totally different frequency, isn't it?
It really is. It really is. It really is.
Oh my God. I cannot tell you. And like, listen, if you're femme and you're listening, you understand this, like the joy of being seen, the joy of being acknowledged, especially if you are with your cis male partner and still being clocked.
Mm-hmm.
It's magic. It's so beautiful. And then to have it happen with like some very hot, very assertive stud is like,
yeah.
Oh my God.
Dead and a half.
Dead and a half. I mean, it's just so fucking beautiful. It can be really hard. It is often very, very hard for femmes to even feel like they're seen as queer, even by other queer AFAB people. So,
you know what? I have to tell you, I have started, in places where I feel okay about it and where I don't feel like someone would think that I was cruising them when I'm not. But like while we were in Pittsburgh, I was genuinely like, huh, look at all the gay people, look at all the trans people, like people who were just like obviously in the rainbow.
Yes.
And there was a girl who came in with a bunch of very straight looking, businessy looking people when we were at the distillery. And I was obviously also just coming off of that interaction at the restaurant. But she was sitting down and she looked up and saw me, and I just went like, I'm not shrugged really, but just like smile, like, hey, I see you. And she smiled back, and that was all. And I feel like I am okay with doing that more often.
Yeah.
Especially in situations where I'm like, where in that distillery, it was like mostly straight white guys.
Yep.
So it's
Yep.
nice to just have a minute where it's like, hey.
Yeah. I have become a frequent user of the head nod, of the under nod.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so delightful.
It's more subtle than like a tip of the hat.
Or, the lip bite. I mean, really good. And I told Lillian this the other day. I shared this meme with her, but I have to tell y'all because it's so good. So some young queers who are probably younger than us were thrilling over the fact that they were hearing from specifically butch lesbians who were like young adults in the 70s and 80s, and that they would cruise re-speech, and
which
they
is
would
it's in New York. It's on the Rockaways, but it's the end of everything. And it used to be a lot more secluded because there was the ruins of, I don't know, an old hospital or something. But if they want to tear that down and make condos, so there's a whole and like, you can be topless anywhere in New York. So you can be topless on that beach. But I believe it is also a little more sex positive than just a partially nude beach.
Definitely. And super duper duper queer.
Yes,
super duper trans.
Most importantly.
So back in the 70s and 80s, these young butches would cruise re-speech and look for younger femmes, and they would bring with them like the big Bloomingdale's bags, like the big brown bag. And they'd take the young femme into the bathrooms, and they would pop open the shopping bag and have the femme step into it in a bathroom stall, so that when the police would come, they would only see one pair of legs.
One set of feet under the stall, so you could have your private moment in the bathroom. Yeah, the Vice Squads were definitely still, and they're back. They're back aggressively giving people tickets for parking slightly outside of the lines at Reed's. Yeah, it's... Eric Adams' New York is terrible.
Trash.
But that's so funny. So, but there was something else about like, I want a butch to tell me to get in a bag or something.
Oh, yes. Please, if a butch could just tell me to get in the bag. The highlight of my life. That stud absolutely told you to get in the bag. Oh, just so good. And like their level of confidence in doing that in the restaurant with Don there, like, it's just a beautiful thing for them to feel safe enough to have done that with you.
That's what made me start looking around, where I was just like, oh,
yeah,
because it was on a Sunday. It was very clearly a place that some people were coming to after church also.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was really interesting. Pittsburgh was very, very cool. The Warhol Museum was amazing. Not enough about Bridget Berlin, who I am obsessed with, but it was really cool. Something that I couldn't really put in my Instagram. They had a room with a curtain that you could go
Mhm.
into that was simultaneously projecting images, because a lot of his Andy Warhol's movies were not a storyline kind of movie. They were like a film experience. In fact,
Un film.
he was he was apparently famous for doing screen tests with people where he wouldn't have them say anything. He would just like film them sitting there for 3 to 4 minutes, and just like looking around. One of his movies is just a video camera out in front of the Flatiron Building in Chelsea, filming for like 20 hours or 16 hours or something like that. Yeah, of just like whatever. So you would go into this room and there were multiple images from different movies of his playing all over with a disco ball going. And there was definitely some kind of sound, but it wasn't the sound from the movies. It was probably just music. And there were things that were like vaguely salacious, but it wasn't pornographic. But there there were these people who kept like the multiple images where people had, they were sort of doing like a lambada style dance, two guys, and they had wrapped around them the only thing I've ever seen that looks like this is somebody who's doing extermination, like has a thing on their back and has like a weird hose with a
Like
straight thing
Ghostbusters.
at the yeah, it was kind of like that, but it was a thinner hose.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, is this an old school BDSM thing I've never seen before? Because people were using it in multiple scenes that were definitely some kind of power exchange thing. They weren't,
Huh.
again, for our time, particularly salacious. Like one person had a lucha libre mask laced up the back of their head. Someone took it off and then like smacked them in the face with it a couple times. It was like very tame by today's
Sure.
standards.
Yeah.
But there were very few, there were only a handful. How many handfuls of boobs? There were only a handful of images of naked breasts in the display, and 2 of them were Bridget's. And I was like, that's good. She just had her boobs out all the time. She was famous for that. So
Go her.
she's where I got the boob painting from. She used to do tit prints. Yeah.
Oh.
Bridget Berlin, for folks who don't know, there's an incredible documentary called Pie in the Sky about her. She doesn't live in New York anymore, but she is the daughter of a notoriously wealthy woman named Honey Berlin, who I think was tied to a newspaper magnate somehow. I forget how they were so rich. But she was chubby to fat. Bridget was through her entire time hanging out with Andy Warhol. They were best friends, and she would get on the phone and they would just talk. They both lived in the Chelsea Hotel. And instead of going to each other's rooms, they would just talk on the phone and record each other, which I thought that they might have on like hearing, like listening stations there. They were in the archives. You have to set up times to go listen. So I didn't get to hear what I went to hear.
Oh, bummer.
I know. But if ever I'm in Pittsburgh again, I know how to make a schedule a time.
Yeah. Oh my God, that would be amazing.
I love her. And you know who would be brilliant in a movie about her is the weird little one who's getting so much press right now.
Megan Stelter.
Megan Stelter. She would be perfect.
The fact that you call her the weird little
She's
one.
the weird little one. She's so weird.
She's so weird.
I love her.
So weird.
I think she knows. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she knows.
Oh. No, but like the best part of it is I've been such a fan of Hacks that I've seen how weird she is for like the last 4 years, and like her role has gotten more and more prominent, and she's just so unhinged, delightfully unhinged. And so the second that she was starring in Too Much, I was like, oh, this is gonna be fun, because I know there's no way to like really truly make her not weird, and the authenticity.
It'd be a waste.
It would be a total waste. And so she's so delightful in those moments, and she fucking comes through with the drama.
Yeah.
She comes through very, very. I was really impressed and delighted. And her whole press tour has been Just absolute chicanery.
Oh God. Yeah, she would be so good. I think that this is a moment where people are super interested in the secondary characters of a lot of famous people's stories. I mean, even just like Wicked, right?
Yes.
Wicked is the witch's story. But I think, oh shoot, there was somebody else, but like anyone that's a side character in Andy Warhol's universe, would be a fun thing to see a focus on.
And it's always really fun in a show when that person is the lead and then you don't necessarily know, but then like the incredibly famous person just kind of shows up every few episodes.
Yeah.
That's always a bit of a delight.
Yeah. The other thing that I really loved was also in my post, the lobster thing. So there was a room full of things that Keith Haring and Basquiat and Warhol had all collaborated on because they were buds. And I was like, what is that? You can't really tell what it is. But it was in the room full of their collaborations. And so the plaque says, Jean-Michel Basquiat and Andy Warhol collaboration lobster 84 to 85. A year it took them to make this painting. I don't know if this is going to pick up, but for visuals, here is what it is. And if it is not this story, it is something close to this story. Andy Warhol badly painted a green lobster on a black background. Basquiat must have seen it lying around at the factory, painted white, just smeared white all over it, white paint. And then in the middle of it was writing Worst Lobster, but it only says Worst, Lobst. At which point Andy must have caught him doing that and crossed Worst Lobster out and then circled it. And then they looked at that and said, it's our collaboration.
That's it. I mean, not no. That could be like their comedy album cover.
You know they had to have been so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yes.
That's why people wanted to be around all of those people, because they were so unapologetically weird. There were also some really beautiful portraits of Marsha P. Johnson, which I hadn't seen before.
Oh,
yeah.
By him? That's amazing. That's thrilling.
Yeah.
Oh, delightful.
So it was a good time. So
good. So do you know what yins means yet?
It means y'all.
That's it?
Yeah.
Yins?
I knew what it meant before. Yeah. Yeah. I had a friend whose weird mom used to say it growing up. Yins get in the car.
Just electively?
She was from Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Yeah.
As it waters down, as it goes further east in Pennsylvania, it becomes yiz. So I grew up with yiz.
Yiz.
Come here, yiz guys. You gonna get in the car?
Yeah, it's like use.
And then it becomes use as we get closer to New York.
Yes.
From use to yins.
Yep.
Where that is the great divide.
Right.
Oh, speaking of regionalisms, I have homework. I have homework to bring to us because my dear beloved friend George, hello George.
Hi George.
George was taking notes while he was listening to our episode from last week, which, fuck buddies, if you haven't listened, is an episode from last summer that I didn't drop. I got busy and it sat there. So it's from summer of 24. It's great. But George took a bunch of notes and sent me a picture. And so he just wants us to know regarding the various things. And this, we can or do not have to build out on any of these. But he was like, this is like an exercise in George Can't Talk because I keep taking breaths and wanting to interject. So first one, Golan Cheapo? I never know. Sipel, right?
I don't know how to say his name, but yeah, Golan Sipel, let's say.
Sipel conspiracy theories. One of the first people to die of COVID. Interesting. Prototypes of Mars rovers.
No, you missed Michael Yun. That.
Oh, that's what it was. Yun.
Yeah.
That's I thought it was a typo. Michael Yun, one of the first to die of COVID.
I mean, not one of the first anywhere, but he was one of the first in our area.
Got it.
But we were at the epicenter. So no, he passed away within the first 2 weeks of lockdown.
Oh, wow.
So
yeah.
Maybe 3, but yeah.
Prototypes of Mars rovers, Opportunity, and another one at the Peterson in LA. I guess maybe they're on display. I'm sure you want to talk, George. State of Nature, Thomas Hobbes' Leviathan. I think this is theories about politics, and that is one I definitely had to read the Leviathan in that honors symposium politics class.
Oh, yeah, I'm not familiar.
We were talking about.
I will definitely take a look.
I'm gonna take a look.
I'm gonna pop on over.
Political ideology from the 1800s.
Do you have any idea what my deep dives are like? Like, when I get an ADHD hyperfocus, I could wind up anywhere. But all the stuff that I learned about the Great Depression dance competitions. Boo, nobody wants to hear about that.
Oh
it's
my
so
God,
depressing.
I loved you telling me that though.
It's so depressing.
Didn't know that before. On the Steel Pier.
Mm-hmm.
People still commit crimes, always look at passionate versus dispassionate. I think that was about like how much crime is going to happen, whether it's fascism or like or communism or what have you. Extracting resources from New Jersey. A keg tapped at both ends, said Ben Franklin. I don't know where George comes up with this shit. How is he even holding on to all of this in his brain?
Love it.
And the east-west split of New Jersey is because of the fact that the Duke of York gave New Jersey to two buddies, Berkeley and Carteret. Berkeley sold West Jersey to the Quakers. If you look at a map of New Jersey towns, you can see the line that separates East from West Jersey. The West is basically what you would consider South Jersey. The East is North Jersey, and the shore to the shore to I think LBI.
Amazing.
Great.
Amazing.
Great. Yep. An exercise in waiting to speak. You guys talked so much about little nuggets buried in my brain, but I'm forced to just sit and listen. Love you so much.
We offered to have him come on the show and he said no.
He said, please no. Laugh, cry. He said, I'm like trying to contain myself from shouting, look at the municipal map of New Jersey.
But this is what we need. I need to hear more of that for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so do the Quakers have anything to do with? Well, it's not Yabos. YOCCO'D?
YOCCO'D, yes. Infinitely, yes. Oh my God. God. Yeah, right. I forgot.
So we passed by so many folksy billboards, and I took pictures of a lot of them, and some of them were like very Trumpy. One of them was like, it was for a gun store. And it was a blonde woman, possibly AI, in like a one-shoulder red, white, and blue dress with her boobies all up to here, and a machine gun, like, and it was just like best prices on used firearms or something. And then moments after that was, imagine, like, it is the most perverted. If you were like, I have a hot dog stand, draw me a dirty hot dog, but not too dirty, just like suggestive hot dog. I'm going to pull this up so I can describe to you what this is. The thing that I found, hot dogs with a personal what? Do you know what the other word would be?
No.
So the version that I found just said hot dogs with a personal YOCCO'D, the hot dog king. The secrets in YOCCO'D sauce. And again, if you
no, it's coming through. It's worse than dirty. It's malevolent.
Yeah, it looks like a Pennywise character.
Totally. It looks like a drawing of a haunted hot dog that is going to throwing out of the book.
By the way, I have a real hard time with anthropomorphized food that is then it's intimated that they are going to eat that food. And he's got a steamy hot dog on a 3-point roaster stick, and he's pointing to the secrets in YOCCO'D sauce. He's got the 3-prong hot dog roaster stick with the roasty hot dog. He himself is clearly roasted. He's wearing a crown. And the only way that I can describe his face is
Yes. Totally. Yep.
And he's wearing little elf shoes, but like no pants. He's wearing a crown and little turny uppy, like he plays a lute in his spare time kind of shoes.
It's very much like it was drawn in the 30s. Like, I don't know how long they've been around, but it sure looks like a drawing from, like, the 30s, the 40s. Like, it's very creepy. No one knew how to make a cartoon not creepy then, so...
Right.
Yep. So, I feel like you and I have talked a fair amount about hot dogs being so regional here. Like, it's true. Chicago's the same, but like Jersey is like a hot dog state, and Pennsylvania catches it and then turns it into brats, which is weirder. But YOCCO'D, much like Toby's Cup, currently RIP ? Maybe.
Oh no, Toby's is gone?
Toby's got sold a handful of years ago, and somebody bought it, and now it's just like because it's several buildings. You get the hot dog cupcake stand, and you get another commercial building, and you get like a multifamily house behind Toby's. It's weird. It's all one lot.
Okay.
So yeah, somebody bought it during the pandemic, but it
so you could like
back.
For people who are like, I want a hot dog stand, but I gotta live real close by.
Which is all of us, because oh my god, how much I miss Toby's. I'm so glad I went. I think I last got a dog in like 2021. So Toby's is legendary. Johnny's Hot Dogs in Buttsville, legendary. Rutt's Hut, right? Oh, we got it all. We've got the one that Geth talks about, Jimmy Buff's. Even though I've never been there.
I've driven by Jimmy Buff's, but we haven't stopped.
Never been there. There's a place in Cherry Hill. There's maybe, is it called Weber's? There's a place in Cherry Hill called Weber's that looks like the same level of creepy, which is always a good sign. But YOCCO'D growing up,
I got to put in a plug for Rutt's Hut, which is
go for it.
Yeah. Oh no, it's just it's famous. It weirdly it has like a truck stop feel in the front, but strangely it has a dining room upstairs where you can get really good roasted duck. Did you know?
Okay, the fact that you went to Rutt's once, went upstairs, and then ordered a duck.
No, that's not what happened. No. We got hot dogs. It was during COVID, and I was like, I just want to see what the upstairs is like, because I looked on the reviews, and everybody was like, you'll be shocked. There's like a great little sit down place, and they serve very cheap beer. And I was like, I'm so curious. It is dark wood paneling. Yes. With like, if I remember correctly, it's like sconces, wall sconces. They probably didn't actually have the flickery lights in them, but it felt like they should. So like very old, like imagine an old school carpeted steakhouse is what it looks like upstairs. And we did not eat there. But the thing about Rutt's is, so Rippers is the Jersey thing, right?
Well, so it's certainly the Rutt's thing.
Rutt's deep fries their hot dogs, and I know a lot of places do. So the outside gets nice and crispy, and the starts to peel away. So that's why it's called a Ripper. But they have this incredible sort of yellowish relish that I got in a cup to go because I liked it so much, and I put it in my fridge, and I forgot, because who has just a cup of relish, like and I had also
loose relish.
Just a handful. I had also gotten a container of rice pudding at some other point during the day, and I didn't remember what the container looked like. And I shit you not, I opened the relish and put a spoon in and ate a spoonful of that relish like I thought it was going to be the best rice pudding of my life. And the moments where I was still figuring it out, that cognitive dissonance almost knocked me to the ground.
Oh, no.
Because it was not an unpleasant flavor.
No,
I like it.
no.
We've established
Hot dog
that I like
relish is
the
very
relish.
good.
But no, I know about the duck from either Chris Gethard or from Jeremy Schneider.
No, that's so great. I think that yellowish relish is. And now this is child brain kicking in, so it may be unreliable, but I believe that was the relish we used to use on hot dogs in my house when I was growing up, and I believe it is simply called hot dog relish. And
Yeah, I think you're right.
I wonder if it might be yellowish because it's already got some mustard in there.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yep. Or at least mustard powder.
Yes. And I haven't looked for it in a supermarket in a long time, but
now that I know what it is, I believe I've seen, like, the Mount Olive brand definitely has it. Yeah, I've seen it, but like, feels, if I'm like, the really good stuff is right there.
Yeah. Yep. Oh my God. I think I went to Ruts once, maybe 2 times, but I think only once because it was advertised to me as being better than Toby's, and I went and I did not really like a Ripper. I wasn't that into it. And it might have been that the peeling is just too off-putting. Like, everything looked like old-timey hot dogs with too much skin. Like,
yeah.
That
a Frankfurter.
Yes.
Yeah, like it might have those little nubbies at the end.
Like Toby's deep fries, but they don't, but then it doesn't look so off-putting.
Okay, gotcha.
It just tastes delicious.
Sure, I understand.
And at Toby's doesn't have relish. Toby's does pickle. So they will put a pickle spear on it instead. Oh my God, it's so good. And if you get a Toby dog with everything, it's just, first of all, I don't think everything includes ketchup, which is very strange for me. That
sounds like a Chicago style then.
Yes.
If it's got the pickle and there's no ketchup.
Right. And it includes onions. So I think they actually lean towards Chicago style because everything is mustard, onions, and I think pickle. Okay. And I don't want the onions and I do want the ketchup. So I have to do a specialty order. Why am I doing the shocker here? That counting did not work out for me.
This is... Once again,
2 in the Ripper, 1 for the stripper.
Which leads to
YOCCO'D. And that really, really hot stud.
So I passed that YOCCO'D and I sent it to Jen. I was like, this feels like something you know about. And Jen was like, not only do I know what YOCCO'D is, I used to skip school and go to YOCCO'D, and then sends me.
Oh my God. First of all, you have to know, and you will know this because I sent you the commercial, but as all my friends from home know, when you go to YOCCO'D, it's called getting YOCCO'D. So let's go get YOCCO'D was their actual advertisement. And this, DIY commercial would run on our local cable all the time.
Yeah.
Let's go get YOCCO'D.
Oh my God.
And they ran that commercial forever. And they had commercials on the radio. And so it's not too far from Pittsburgh because there's one in Allentown. And Gabby and I, and it was such a creepy looking place. Like, we could just go to Toby's. We don't have to go to this malevolent 1930s cannibalistic hot dog king. But we gotta get YOCCO'D.
Hey, it's got a sauce. It's in the sauce.
And like the fork that he has is like a
trident.
Trident, yes. And so Gabby and I Gabby and I skipped school on a couple of occasions, and we went to Allentown. We went to go get YOCCO'D, and and this turns into a weirder story because I don't know if I've mentioned this. I won't use her real name, but friends from home can probably work backwards and figure it out. There was a girl we went to school with who was in my class who she was the perfect picture of the word ditz, which we don't use anymore. I don't know why we stopped using ditz. It's a great word. I mean, I fancied myself a ditz for a long time. Sure. This girl was peak ditz. She had fucking mastered it. And the crazier part yet is that I think she's super, super, super smart.
Sure.
Fucking brilliant. And she would like tee-hee her way backwards into just acing shit. But the way that I wonder if it was just a gift from God that like this person was this made of cotton candy, or if it was intentional and she was fucking punking us all.
Sure.
But she had famously, she had a chemistry class with both of us. We ended up taking, I think it was chemistry 1 and 2, and she ended up in this class with me and Gabby through maybe not many years, but yeah, I think maybe through like 2 years of school. And we had a chemistry teacher who was like he was like a super villain. He had been a bodybuilder.
Okay.
And he wore gold necklace, but he was older, so like his hair was graying, and he had sort of like a super villainy goatee beard situation. But he wore like gold chains, and
he sounds like PC Principal from South Park.
He was, what's a good I mean, he was a little bit like George Carlin. He had a little George Carlin mixed in there, right? And he was a very strange, delightful, so misanthropic. And it was just a pleasure to be in there with him. And he was like, now you guys are smart. Because you're smart, I'm going to let you blow up more stuff. I mean, it was really questionable, definitely questionable. But as kids, a great time.
Oh my God, amazing.
This girl.
But so he used my trick where he was like, I have faith in you. So like, because you guys are good, you guys get extra privileges because I can tell that we're the same.
Yes. And we were all very smart and well behaved, and we didn't cause any trouble, but we enjoyed his level of like well-controlled chaos, had a great time, blew shit up. Yeah, I think we all loved chemistry classes with him. But in this class is this girl. I'm going to call her Jane. Jane is in this class with us. And Jane, this is right around the time that Legally Blonde is made. And Jane is like, I mean, she's like Reese Witherspoon. She's like super duper ditzy, very sweet, popular. I think she was a cheerleader, but like fucking smart. And so she would say the funniest, dumbest shit in class. And Gabby and I took quotes. We like wrote down everything she said. It was so, oh my God, we had so many quotes from Jane. But then, so she'd be like, it didn't go like this and this and this. And then the dynamic that this was with our like misanthropic George Carlin chemistry teacher was amazing. It was a comedy duo for the ages. I could not get enough of it. Not even sure how I learned shit in there because I was just watching them go back and forth. It was so fucking funny. It was so intense that Jane would talk about Legally Blonde every single day in class. And finally, Mr. Hughes was like, okay, Jane, you can bring it in and we'll watch it in class. And so she brought in, I'm sure, the VHS of Legally Blonde. And we spent maybe 2 classes watching that movie. I fucking loved her, but she was so just on another planet, whether it was purposeful or just her God-given gift. And
I went to college with someone exactly like what you're describing. We were
right?
like, how?
I can't think anything, but it must have been purposeful because she was so fucking good at it. And Gabby and I were obsessed with her and like truly loved her, but also just in wonder of her whole thing. And Gabby, and she was so ditzy with Gabby and I. She's like, oh my God, I love you guys so much. You're like so funny. And we're like, Jane, we're obsessed with you. We are obsessed with you. And so we convinced her. We were like, Jane, do you want to come with us to YOCCO'D? And she's like, to go get YOCCO'D? And I'm like, yes. Jane, would you come get YOCCO'D with us? And she's like, okay. And so I had a camcorder that I had recently picked up from some kind of secondhand camera shop.
Yay.
Tragically, it was secondhand for a reason, and it petered out so soon after. It was such a bummer. But I took this camera, and we recorded this day with Jane where we left school, and we piled into Gabby's car, and Jane just chattered on and on and on in the back seat, talking about who the fuck knows what. My camera captured it. I wish I could see this shit. And then we took her to YOCCO'D and we filmed her and whatever this ridiculous conversation was at YOCCO'D. And then we went to a place called Sheetz.
Oh, I know Sheetz.
You know Sheetz.
Yeah.
Sheetz is like the Wawa of Pennsylvania, and I know Wawa is also in Pennsylvania, but Sheetz is like
Sheetz I first saw in West Virginia, so it's like that.
Oh,
yeah, it's definitely
got it.
Yeah, I would say that Sheetz is like the redneck Wawa, but not in a bad way because it's still like very, very high quality. Not that redneck is a bad word, but you know.
No, you know, yeah. Yes, and it's accurate.
And they usually have a beer cave, like a whole cooler room where you can go get cold beer.
Well, back in 2002, Sheetz was unique in that it was one of the first places, I think, that was using like computer order machines. Yeah, so you could create your order. And I'm like filming Jane, like trying to figure out how to make nachos. And she's like pressing all the buttons. She's like, oh my God, I found the olives. And she's like, oh, the computer made it for me. It was amazing. God, I loved the shit out of this girl. She was so great. She's so great. Endlessly entertaining and very sweet. So like I would defend her to the death, but also what was she doing? Was she playing us out so hard? I would respect that. I respect all of it. I respect it if it's earnest.
Like our friend at Lush. I don't want to say her name.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that one. Mm-hmm. Yep. We worked with someone who was actually a shark-like, in fact.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Her true nature was a little bit shark-like, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean like very discerning, very purposeful, and really quiet and concealed about her actual nature. And as soon as she put on that apron, out would come the baby voice, and she'd flirt with everybody, and she'd do actual widow baby voice, like "Welcome to Wash."
Yeah. And she would find the people who were mystified by her immediately. And then she would just walk around and put things in their basket and they would buy it. I've never seen anything like it. I think they were just like, what's going on? Like she would basically kidnap that. She would hypnotize them with her baby voice and then just put $500 worth of stuff in their basket. And she'd be like, I'm done.
Insanity.
I hope you like your stuff.
We were all so fucking mystified. She did not like me because I refused to think that it was cute or funny, but it was absolutely mystifying and totally enraging for the rest of us who were like really purposeful, information-driven salespeople.
I mean, she didn't know everything about everything. She knew everything about all those products, but yeah.
She just was not an information-forward Sales associate.
No, it should be like, this matches your purse.
Yes. Do you like cotton candy?
Oh,
girl.
I remember her going, oh, you don't want this? It'd be so lonely here. Okay.
Girl. I gotta make a movie about her.
Oh, man. Boy, oh, boy. What a gal.
Really, truly, yeah. It was very similar to that. Very, very similar. Oh my god. I almost wonder if like Jane was super like if Jane was super smart and like very sharp, but realized that she was also super cute and bubbly and like was a great cheerleader, and that was just how she was like, all right, well, I'll just like wear this side of me because that seems to be doing well,
been there. For sure. Absolutely been there.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. It's like, is this what you guys want? Okay.
Oh man, I just fucking loved her. Anyway, if anyone from home knows exactly who I'm talking about, and I mean you should, because she's like legendary. And you have like deeper stories for me, like either that go further into adulthood or further into childhood than high school, please do let me know, because I am infinitely curious about this.
There was a girl in who, again, like definitely book smart, and I had smart conversations with her, but I think that she might have also just had wicked ADHD, because it seemed like she drifted in and out of conversations and then would come back and be like, wait, what about this one thing?
Mm-hmm.
I remember specifically my friend Jessica and I had a running joke, because it is not crazy that at some point in 11th grade or 10th grade that Jessica and I would have been talking about someone gay, but we weren't. And this girl, she just sidles up and she goes, who's gay? And without missing a beat, Jessica goes, John. and our friend was like, who's John? And we were like, John is gay. And she was like, I don't think I know. And we're like, you know John. And she was like, John Dudley? And we're like, not John Dudley. And we just let it go until she literally went, okay, and wandered off.
Oh.
And this girl, she was so tiny that like I was such a mooch for rides home. She gave me a ride home one time, and she literally was sitting on not phone booths. That would be too small. Phone books in her car so that she could, but she had to like scoot all the way forward so her foot would reach the pedal, but needed the phone books so that she could see over the steering wheel.
So great.
I was thinking about that recently. Cars are made for men.
Yep.
Cars are exclusively designed for thin men.
It's so interesting you're saying this, because my family friend said it just the other day, because they're starting to make crash test dummies who have feminine anatomy,
right,
and are like, oh, this would actually punch someone right in the tits or whatever, what have you,
right,
or this would not hit a typically heighted.
Oh, even the fact that almost, I'll just keep doing this, every single seatbelt on the planet, like I have to crank it all the way down to its lowest thing, and it's still cracking across my neck. And it's not just uncomfortable, that's not safe.
It's not
You're
safe.
supposed to be able to wear the lap belt. Like if you have a tummy like me, you're supposed to put it under your tummy, which I have started doing. I started doing that on an airplane. I never thought about it in a car. But there's what's her name? I think she's femme mechanic. There's a fat femme who talks about car stuff.
Hello.
Yeah, she's really cool. But she was talking about that recently. It's actually pretty dangerous if you're in a car crash and you're our size and that seatbelt is up around your tummy. It's gonna shoop up and like cut you right in the midsection, and it's supposed to hold your hips. Anyway, so PSA,
Oh.
put the lap part of your seatbelt under your tummy if you
You have an
can.
apron belly, just
Yeah.
like slide it
Yeah,
under there.
you want it as
Interesting.
close to your like hips as possible. But what was I
Mm.
saying?
You were saying you still have to even just like pull down the top because it
Oh,
slices across your
so
throat
it's one
too.
of the reasons why every time I have gone back to try to like see maybe if maybe now I can drive,
Mm.
maybe now in my advanced years with my worse eyesight and my higher anxiety, maybe now is the time I can learn to drive in Hudson County.
Ugh.
Arguably one of the terriblest places to have to drive.
Oh God.
Because I just like, I'm not comfortable behind the wheel. I felt the last time that I tried to drive, I felt like my foot almost couldn't go all the way down on the pedal. And I am not overwhelmingly unusually shaped.
Nope. Quite typical given our demographics.
I feel like I can't see very well over the dash, but if I was gonna sit on anything, then my foot might not hit the pedal, and I can't only get but so close to the friggin' steering wheel because otherwise it'll be rubbing against my tummy or my boobs while I'm moving it. Like I don't, and I never, until I saw her talk about how it's not made for us, did I ever think, oh my God, is one of the reasons that I never got a driver's license because of the fact that I am a femme shaped the way that I am.
Yeah.
And that sucks a lot.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes. I there are lots of bras that push your tits together, right? And if I'm wearing anything like that, a seatbelt slides not in between my chest, but
Right.
right here.
Yep. It's either
And
got to commit to the up or the down.
that's right. And there are times that I have actually like wiggled it behind my shoulder, not
Yeah.
doing what it should do,
Right. You're not
which
supposed to
is
do that.
alarming. So, yeah, I mean, unless you move to Pittsburgh where you might feel more comfortable driving.
Oh, I mean, if we move, by the way, not a lot of cars on the road in Pittsburgh.
No.
It was really crazy. It was a quiet town, but not in an ominous way. Like there were definitely lots of people in the Strip District, which is where we had the good restaurants and shopping and stuff like that. But in the downtown area, when we were in Reading, Pennsylvania, Reading feels like a Stephen King thing just about to happen. Like people are wandering the streets, looking at the very least sad, even worse, more like zombies. And that's not even the people who are necessarily visibly not doing well with addiction or something like that. You know what I mean? Just like people.
Yep.
People in Reading, Pennsylvania, everyone, no matter what day it is, has had a better day.
Yikes. Yeah, Reading is a tough place for sure.
But Pittsburgh was just quiet. Like there were definitely like normal downtowny type people, but I don't know, everybody seemed pretty chill. Everywhere we went, people were super friendly. I will say all of the white guys looked exactly the same. That's not
shocking.
They were all thick beardos with hats.
I was gonna say, are there a lot of beards?
Yep, thick bearded guys with hats. Not
that
all
tracks.
of them.
That tracks. And even though it is a very, very, very white area, I do believe that in terms of otherness from there within white people, that's a pretty neurospicy town. It's a pretty queer town. It's
I love to hear
it's a place to be weird.
Yeah. That's so nice.
Yeah. Yes.
That's so nice.
I have had one of my childhood friends who lived there for a long time, had a very love-hate relationship with it because she's black and they are black, and definitely like had a push-pull relationship with Pittsburgh, and like loved it for a lot of otherness reasons, but I feel like still had a shit ton of racism coming
I
her
bet.
way, you
I bet.
know. So ended up leaving, and I think going back to LA,
Oh,
where she had lived for a long time and had plenty of qualms with LA too, but like, yeah, different bag of weasels in Pennsylvania.
yeah. Well, I mean, the second you get right outside of the city center, there's parts of Pittsburgh that are still, I guess, Pittsburgh, but are immediately um, houses. You literally go through a mountain. It's really cool. First of all, there's bridges everywhere, and they're beautiful, like literally award-winning bridges. Though Andy Warhol Bridge, or maybe it's the one that's right by the Pirate Stadium, had a plaque that was like, most beautiful steel bridge of 1929, and I was like, oh, look at her. But you drive to get to my nephew's place. We literally drove through like a wily coyote hole in a in a mountain and then came out on the other side where there were like multiple other opportunities to go through mountains.
Oh
um
wow.
and then it was interesting, because the August Wilson is the Pittsburgh cycles, right? The Pittsburgh cycle.
Hmm.
Oh, a bunch of them. The piano lesson, the ones that you've heard of,
They're all
fences.
set
They're
in
all set in
Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh. and
Oh!
when we got to Nate's area, like, it's hilly. It's a bunch of small but like nice houses, like row houses. And apparently, this has nothing to do with what you would see from the outside, but as an aside, a lot of them have weird toilets in the basement because they're called Pittsburgh potties. When people would come in from steelwork, uh, the men would come directly into the basement and shower, and they didn't need anything special. So a lot of times they would just put a toilet like in the middle of the basement. So the shower would be over here. Maybe might not have a door, might just be a shower with a drain and a slop sink so that you could like get ungrossed before you come into your home.
Yes,
But the toilet in the middle,
fascinating.
like if you look up Pittsburgh potty, it is just over and over, like toilet in the middle of the room. But his neighborhood definitely looked like, if you've seen the movie of Fences, it looked like that neighborhood. I think Squirrel Hill, but I might be wrong. How did we get here? Oh,
Talking
oh, oh, oh,
about
oh, where I was just like, it seemed clear to me that it would be very easy for things to get quickly segregated if you actually have to go over or through a mountain to get to the rest of the city, right? Like, forget the
yes.
tracks. People were going up these giant hills to do steel work.
Yeah.
And if you're already like literally before, they have these inclinator things that go up and down, but beforehand there were apparently all these stairs. And yeah, if you were spending that much time doing that, you weren't trying to like wander into other parts of the city in your free time, I'm
No.
sure. But yeah, even more pronounced than like railroad tracks, I imagine.
Interesting.
I could be wrong, but that was the vibe. Anyway, Pittsburgh. Also, they put fries on salad. Why?
That is super bizarre. It's known for being a very, very weird place. My favorite friend who I grew up with, Erin, has very happily lived in Pittsburgh for a super long time. For, I think, her whole adulthood. I think she went to school out there and has just been there for like 20 years. She fucking loves it. She's a pillar of the community.
Great.
Right? I have never been. Is that true? I think I've never been to Pittsburgh. Maybe once when I was young. But
oh, tons of theaters, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And lots of film and TV. I mean, right now, fucking nothing. But before it got this stupid,
Right.
They actually were building up quite a film and TV slate of things that were filmed there, and it's still happening. They have have some pretty decent tax breaks in order to bring what filming exists
I haven't
there.
been keeping up with it, but apparently there's been a ton of stuff filming in Jersey City. I mean, Hudson County in general, but like since the Billy, the one I'm in love with.
You're in love with a Billy?
Ah, dang it. Hang on a second.
Not Eichner.
No, love him too. Was in Six Strangers with Melissa McCarthy, Nine Strangers, eight people who don't know each other. What was that show called?
Oh, Bobby Cannavale?
Bobby. Dang
Yeah.
it. That's like the second time. I must not like him that much if I keep losing his name. The Bobby Cannavale movie that they filmed around here, ever since that, like 2 years ago, there's been a landslide of stuff being filmed around here. Which is both interesting and annoying, because anything that you do to mess up our traffic,
fair,
it's gonna mess everything up for it just snarls. But interesting and fun for people who have caught the filming. I don't care about celebrities a whole lot, so but nice to know that people are getting work.
Yes. Jersey, it's all hampered by the fact it's all hampered by the badness of everything, right? So the fact that the streamers are all fucking consolidated monopolies, and they have the Silicon Valley values of least investment and maximum gains, right? So
Right.
when that is your value system, you're never ever going to be interested in investing money into the kinds of things that have made film and TV wonderful for so long.
I know.
So from the top down, it stinks at the head, and we're going to suffer from that for as long as we are. However, despite the stupid, Jersey has really come through with great filming incentives, great tax incentives. And so we now have like $9-10 billion in studios here.
Wow.
Studios in Bayonne, studios in Newark, studios maybe not officially in Jersey City, but all around, like warehouse studios in Secaucus that have been there for a while now. The big Fort Monmouth Netflix
I remember hearing about that. Yeah,
they broke ground on it last month, so it's been in the works for years, but like it's actually happening, like shovels in the dirt right now.
Nice.
Yeah, so like we have a lot of film industry coming here and staking its claim, and it will be very exciting when the actual industry itself breathes enough that we can see that constantly. But even from things like Billy Madison, not Billy, that's my dream, another Billy Madison movie, Happy Gilmore 2,
right,
the Bob Dylan one, the Springsteen one, those two biopics, I mean, just like endless stuff that's coming through here. Not as endless as it should be, but a fair amount of the tiny bit that is coming through is happening in Jersey. So that's very, very, very exciting. That we have the same kind of focus and initiatives that like New York City's been having this whole fucking time. We should be getting a piece of that pie, especially because of the shore, Like the fact that stuff is not filmed there feels like a crime. It's just so rare. And like New York State is always beautiful and is mocked up to mimic a lot of different places, but they don't got a shore.
Right.
They ain't got no shore points.
They ain't like this.
Ain't like this.
In the vein of like entertainment and what is coming back around here, you know that UCB is back up in the city. Did you know that?
I did not.
UCB is back, and I don't know the whole scuttlebutt because I don't pay attention to the improv world a whole lot. But as I understand it, they made a very deliberate choice about who was going to be in charge, and it is mostly not cis white men. So yay. So
Yay.
UCB is back with a very big push for diversity, which is lovely.
Brill.
And also Second City is in Williamsburg.
Whoa.
Yeah. And I think I'm going to take a writing class with them.
Yes.
I've been trying to figure out, like, I just, once again, representation is so important. I love stand-up. I love listening to stand-up comics. I love podcasts that are funny. I just can't see myself ever wanting to do stand-up at, like, your reward for being successful is that you are by yourself in hotel rooms for so much of the year. I have no interest in that at all. But I feel like I am very funny, and other people besides me think that. And I'm not as intimidated by the concept of trying to get into a writer's room or writing in any capacity. Now, what a great time now that AI is taking over everything.
Fucking hell.
But at the same time, what brought me to this was Dropout. Like, the reason why Dropout is so successful is a lot of it is because of the D&D stuff and the Dungeons and Dragons programming.
Yeah. Which is so interesting because that never would have been the way that I fell in.
For sure. And me neither. But the fact that is, I don't want to say it's the main event, but it does seem to be the foothold for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And every single show that I've watched on there, it is the funny of my people, of our people, of the weirdos and the queerdos. And it has nothing to do with the sense of humor that is in mainline stand-up comedy / mainline CBS comedy. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yep.
Mainstream.
No sitcom. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's of our time too.
Yes.
It's very millennial.
Yes. I'm a bit old for who they seem to have their core people for, but at the same time, they have all kinds of people on there. So I'm not saying that, like, I'm angling for Dropout, but I do think that there is a comedy world that I would fit in now without walking in and being like,
Yeah.
Like, even 15 years ago, even with something like The Onion, I still feel like I would have walked in and been like, I hope they like me.
Yes. Of course.
So, yeah, I don't know. I think that it would be worth it to practice, to, like, stretch, to... I just listened to a good interview where Mike Birbiglia was talking to Camille Nanjiani, who is about to be in Oh Mary as Lincoln. Do you know about this?
Oh, no, I did not.
I believe Jinx Monsoon is going to be Mary.
Beautiful.
And Jean Smart is the other character, the other female character.
Really?
And then Camille. Yeah, it's going to be a really good cast.
I'm really my God. That's amazing.
Yeah, we should go.
I would totally go see Oh Mary with you. You've already seen Oh Mary.
Yeah, I think it was mostly the original cast, but I would see it again for sure.
Yeah.
But they were just talking about, like, how the comedy scene has changed and the things that they liked and didn't like about it. But there was something specific, and now I don't know what it is. Oh, writing. Camille was talking about writing The Big Sick with Emily, and about how he felt like it was the most intimate form of collaboration, that writing with his wife was like, just, they both had to lay it all out there. And I don't trust people a lot. So haven't tried to co-write anything with anyone ever.
I gotta tell you, I completely understand what you're saying about stand-up. I felt that way since I was young. Like, the thought of the art was very appealing. The thought of the culture, I was like, no, I've been around enough mean boys in my life. Absolutely not. No. I'm not throwing myself into the fucking chum-littered waters. No. However, I will say, and our dear friend, icon, blah, blah, parasocial, blah, 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 Lindy West. right? Lindy West, who takes up similar space as you and I in terms of fat lib, in terms of being a funny creator, a funny
Right.
fat female creator. I we both adore her, and she was in stand up
Right.
and left because it was so fucking atrocious, but she's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
And she's so funny in everything she does, in her podcast, in her books, in her show Shrill. But she very recently wrote a solo show that is more like a 1 hour comedy special than anything else.
Ooh, nice.
It's called Every Castle Ranked.
Okay.
And when I went to go, it's so fucking good. It's so good. Honestly, if it were exactly what it purports to be, I still would have loved it. But of course it's not. It's just the container for the beautiful sugar-coated like thing that she did create. Less theatrical than mine, less acty, much more in the seat of like a Berbiglia hour. It's so fucking good.
Aww.
It's so good, Lillian. When I went to go see her and Aham in their like dual presentation last November.
That was at Joe's Pub, right?
They did one at Joe's Pub, but they also came to Frenchtown. And that's when I went with Mike and Chrissy to go see them. And it was she's so fucking good. And I was like, yes, Lindy, this is absolutely how you still get to do the thing that you are really good at doing, which is writing jokes and delivering them to an audience. I was howling. I was howling in that theater. And I was like, and totally outside of the dumb obstacle course that like cruel comedy culture has created. Right. And it was just so fucking good.
It is a great example of like, sorry, who wrote the rules?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like those people. Yeah. And I don't care if they like me.
Right?
So what about everyone else? Because I can't be alone, right?
Yep. And it was just so good. And I was like, yes, she can and will take this show all over and it will fucking kill. It'll slap. She can do it. And to whatever extent you wish to, Little Fairy, I think you could do absolutely the same fucking thing.
I think I could too. I have to say, it's interesting. I have long been obsessed with Lillian Russell, light opera star. And also Bridget Berlin, who I have, who was known as Bridget Polk in the Andy Warhol Factory folks, and have wanted to do maybe a solo show type thing. And then I was like, what if I'm all three of them in one show?
Fuck yeah. Yes.
That might be a little hard to pull off. But in this, in classic me style where I'm like, why would I just do one thing?
You could do act 1, 2, and 3, and each one is a different point of view.
I was also thinking of what is it? Julia, you know what I'm talking about. The one where she was like, Julia, cool. Nouns are so elusive to me lately. The cooking lady.
Yeah. Julia
Childs.
Yeah. But the movie, right? Julia, maybe?
Yeah. Where she's like two people.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't care if it's me or somebody else. I wish somebody would do something about Bridget Berlin. Like, god damn, she was such an interesting human. She's still around. I'm pretty sure she's still alive. She sold her place. She's a notorious hermit and sold her place in New York maybe 5 or 6 years ago. And I did send her a letter, like a handwritten letter at some point saying, like, I would really love to interview you. I'm interested in trying to write a solo show about you. She did not write back. She did seem like the exact kind of person that a handwritten letter would charm, though.
Yes. That's a fucking good move, dude. Yep.
Is she still alive? I think she is.
I think that this is all very rife with creativity.
Oh, no. She passed away in 2020.
Oh. Good work anyway.
It was probably just, she probably passed away just after she sold her place. Anyway.
Yeah, I think all of this just sounds super fertile for you and really exciting.
Yeah, I am also interested in being in community in a world that's not burlesque right now. Um I not that I'm having any fallout or any issues, just I don't feel like that's where my concentration will be in the next couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I hate to say it, but I think my knee injury has been a big part of that. Like I just don't feel I don't feel like I move the way I used to.
Yeah.
And I still have so many other things to offer. So,
Yes, yes, yes. Exactly. 1,000%. And who says you
and
can't do it in feathers and pasties if you feel
right.
so inclined, right? Like you
Also
get to
that.
make whatever the amalgamation is of the art that you want.
Sure. Yes. And now that we've also got, speaking of Bridget's, but Bridget Everett out here like making waves in not mainstream television, but much more mainstream than she was before,
Emmy
and still
nominated.
by night taking her boobies out and putting them on people's heads. Like,
Ah, yes. There's all kind of room for that, especially right now in the fucking swamp that is 2025. There because we are having to rely less and less on the sanctioned uh, art gatekeepers.
public service announcement, and
Mm.
unfortunately, I'm trying to see if I think I shared it. Please follow Under the Desk
The Supreme
News.
Court has
Oops.
been officially
Under the Desk News and Your Gay Lawyer. Your Gay Lawyer is not the host. You know, some people host things on Instagram and they never say their dang names. So I'm not actually sure of the name of this person. But I do know that they have been my first source of a lot of news that affects marginalized people before I heard it anywhere else. Under the Desk News. On the off chance that same-sex marriage is overturned,
Yeah.
if you are legally married, there are 8 uh, specific legal things that you can do to recreate marriage rights on paper. And it sucks that anybody would have to do this, but it's protection for like attorney, not power of
Power of attorney.
attorney.
Mm.
Um, you can even get a specific thing about who would take care of your pet if something should happen to you. But yeah, it's 8 legal documents that if you are in a same-sex marriage, you might, or even a partnership now that's not a marriage, might
Yeah.
consider getting in case these fuckers overturn Oberfeld. I literally just got goosebumps. I hate it so much. But there's people looking out. This is really a time to not be like, that's somebody else's problem. That's somebody else's life. This is happening now. So
Yeah.
Under the Desk News and Your Gay Lawyer, 2 of the most recent posts were about the 8 legal documents that you need to basically recreate legal marriage on paper.
It's just so bad.
It's so bad. How are they getting so much done?
It's baffling and so disheartening. And I feel like the main point that comes out is like, look at how unified they are and look at how much infighting we have. And I don't want to believe that, but I feel like there's no other explanation.
It's zealotry. I think I've said it before. And there's very little zealotry leans on being able to be black or white on a series of rules that you've decided to live by, or that you believe in, or believe that everyone should live by, the worst one. Zealotry shows up in groupthink, it shows up in religion, it also shows up in cults, it shows up in company culture. And anyone who has been primed, it's a form of brainwashing. It's a form of tricking people into giving over their power, thinking that they are going to benefit from this in the long run. And sometimes people do, but more often than not, they are the people who join the MLM too late to benefit from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
And if you are primed for zealotry in any form, you are likely to wind up in it in a different way. Whether you leave Mormonism and then wind up in a multi-level marketing scheme, whether you leave one cult to find another cult, whether you are raised in an abusive environment and then go looking for more of that in your cult of two in your relationship, all of it. And the zealotry that the people who grab the power and then are able to tell people that it's for their own good, that doesn't exist in the same fashion for liberal and leftist people. It just doesn't. And it's there's still, I think, something in a lot of people that want to control people, which is why we're seeing the tone policing that we're seeing right now. And it is, we should be watching our language about certain things because words mean things, but also stop shooting yourself in the fucking foot. Like, we need a bigger vision.
Yeah.
Cool. I was out of town this weekend when I still don't know the whole story about what happened with Trump calling the National Guard into DC. Do you have anything?
Oh, my understanding is that he fallaciously, shocker, said that that crime was at its highest and he had to rein DC in, and so he declared martial law in DC, and now Pam Bondi is in charge of their military force. And like so many horrible things in fascism, this is like a test to see what people will allow.
What did that comedian call it? It's something about test. It's a term called like testing the waters. Permission.
Oh,
There's a term for it where they're like, oh, can we get away with this? Can we get away with this? And then it just gets deeper and deeper, and it's not boiling the frog. But anyway, I'll think about it.
But it's not boiling the frog.
Right. Mining for consent.
Oh yeah. It's hard to tell what would scare them off of anything anyway. Like, I don't fucking know, you know? Like, okay, obviously we protest. Obviously we take umbrage with. At what point does it actually back them the fuck off?
Right.
I don't know.
Cool. Hey, thanks for tuning in, fuck buddies.
Oh man. Oh god.
We love you. Started off on a high note.
Oh, I have a nice ending for us though.
Okay, good.
I have a nice ending for us. As we all sit in the fucking swamp, and as we also are stuck in like a spinning ring of fire that is AI and all of this, right? I was delighted, shocked this weekend as you were in Pittsburgh. I was also in Pennsylvania. I was in I was at Longwood Gardens, which is so beautiful.
Oh,
so beautiful. Cannot recommend it enough. Apparently it's also very, very beautiful around Christmas. I bet that's quite pleasant. It could be touch and go in the summer, because if you're there and it's a fucking sweltering day, you are SOL. But in the summer, they do Saturdays where you can spend the day on the grounds, and then as soon as the sun is down, they do a show that includes lit fountain choreography.
I love a dancing fountain.
It's dancing fountains that come up in different lights. Flames on water, which I still don't understand, like big fireballs on water, and fireworks.
I adore
So many
pyrotechnics.
fireworks. Oh man. And each week has like a musical retrospective. So like I did one last year that was like 60 years of the Beatles. And then this year we just saw Earth, Wind and Fire. And they just play the music of, and they like choreograph all the stuff to the songs. This place was a packed when thousands and thousands of people, and they sold out. And there was something that just was very beautiful to me when I feel like we are in this world that is getting so fucking scary at a breakneck pace, and we are increasingly siloed in technology. Nothing really happening. No one making movies in real life. Instead, let's just make computers make the movies, right? All these people, they sold out to go to nothing but the celebration of nature. Like organized, curated, fucking beautiful, breathtaking nature.
Love that.
And the magic of human created music and human created delights like pyrotechnics. And like thousands of us just filtering in and spending a day. And I can't tell you how many people were not like this.
Oh, that's
it wasn't like this at all.
Not
I didn't
viewing
see
it through their phones.
Nope.
Yeah.
Just faces up, taking in the music, dancing. And I was like, oh God, I think this is what we all still really want. So,
yeah.
So we all still really want.
We need community.
Yep.
Well, and I don't think that necessarily counts as community. I think that just counts as people interaction. I saw a fun meme that was like,
and like
community,
being in the world.
Yes. That community is doing, showing up and doing annoying things for people that you love, but who are also annoying.
Yes. Yep.
But yeah. And I'm trying to remind myself. By the way, Jersey City Pride, if you're in the area near the Grove Street Pass Station on August 23rd, come be around people. It's supposed to be nice weather. We'll see.
We'll see it all. Yeah, it was so beautiful, and just like and it was the full moon. The moon fucking ascends.
The moon was killing it. What was it called?
Beautiful. This was the Sturgis moon, I believe.
Sturgeon moon.
Yeah. Yep. It
Not
was
as good as the beaver moon, but okay.
No.
Still serving fish.
That's it. Put a fork in it, fuck buddies. Boop.